Cause how you walking with a lion got me feeling like Micah. I've been on the way to team on my back like a biker. Shorty won't be with a star, but you lucky if I invite you. We can take it to the next spot. They yelling like Prescott. Everybody like, there ain't no breaks, no rest stop. We tryna get your head chopped. The whole club yelling. Everybody.
Here we go. Victory Formation Podcast. It's your boy Prescott. That's your boy Eddie right there.
What's up, guys?
And here we are. Another Victory Monday. Ready to get going. And I'm ready to dive into this. But, man, a few minutes before I got on the air, Eddie was like, hey, man, I got a special announcement. I got something that's been weighing heavily on my heart. I just got to tell people. I don't know what it is. So I'm going to just let him take it from here, man. Eddie, what you got?
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it for the time. I got something that I want to talk about, something that's been on my heart for a little while. And, I just want you to take time to listen to it for a second. Well, here we go. Hello, my name is Eddie, and I'd like to take the time to tell you about my hero, Prescott. Not Dak Prescott. He's my hero, but I can't hold a candle to the original Prescott. And by that, I mean my co-host, Prescott. He's such a beautiful chocolate man. Sometimes I wish he would read me bedtime stories. If I ever got married again, I would ask him to be the best man in my wedding. I still remember the one time he pulled me out of a burning car. But don't let my admiration and desire to be just like Prescott one day distract me from the fact that back in 1998, The Undertaker threw Mankind off the Hell in a Cell and plummeted 16 feet through the announcer's table. That was the coolest thing that happened in my life until the day I met the original Prescott. My life would not be the same since. I'm not just saying these things because I lost a bet. It's just how I feel on the inside. Prescott, you continue being the great host that you are in Victory Formation Podcast. You are such a strong, capable man. This is the way I feel, and this is the way. Thank you.
I am a strong and capable man. I didn't know you felt that way. I'm glad that you thought that stuff without, it didn't have to be a bet. That's how you really feel, man. I appreciate that. But for those who don't know, we had made a bet and I won. So I had to write a speech for him to say. But I think he really means that stuff anyway. So we take stuff serious in the Discord, man. We take our bets seriously.
We do.
And we pay up.
Yeah. And sometimes losing a bet is when you have to pay money, it doesn't hurt as bad as when you had to do something like that.
Sometimes he just rather pay that money, whatever it is.
Hey, that was straight from the heart, though. That's how I feel.
I felt it, man. I felt it right here.
Beautiful chocolate.
Right here. Oh, man. So, I don't know how we're going to top that, but we got to dive into this Cowboy stuff, man.
We can, though. Who won the East?
It was good. I don't know, man. Rhymes with Alice, Cowboys.
Was it Philadelphia? Was it the Philadelphia Crybaby Boys?
I'm pretty sure.
Because they were 10-1.
They were 10-1. They were talking a lot of noise. They had beaten us. Yep. They were like, I don't know what y'all gonna do, but
they're like, that fifth seed's looking real nice for you guys, and talking all this shit.
A lot of noise, a lot.
What happened?
Hey, that's what happened. But you know what? The downfall was when they decided we need Shaq Leonard to boost it. Ever since he showed up, they only have won one game. They went from 10-1 to 11 and 6. 11-6.
Yep.
Man, they lost 5 of their last 6. So thank you, Philadelphia. Thank you for being the crappy city that you are, the cesspool.
Trash
as I like to call it, Satan's anus. So I appreciate it, Philadelphia.
No offense.
You guys suck. I mean that with the love of Christ, that y'all suck.
But bringing it back to this week, though, the way that we actually won the East, I was impressed. I really was. I mean, with all the rest of the NFL taking the week off, basically, there was a couple teams that needed to play, and I think we only needed to play like that first half, honestly. But we ended up playing 3/4 of a half. Almost.
What really impressed me the most, I'd say, is our resiliency. Back in the day, after that blocked field goal, touchdown they got, the interception field goal they got, and we were down 7, already being down 2 linemen. Because remember, we were down 2 linemen against the Cardinals, and that really sucked. But then, man, we bounced back. if you notice, we had 2 touchdown drives before the half, 2 touchdown drives after the half. So that was like a good hamburger right there.
That
So
it,
4 straight touchdown drives.
the biggest difference that I saw. I mean, when you brought up the having interior linemen that are backups in, the last time that happened, it was like at the last second, right? And
Yeah.
that was the downfall, and that happened again this week. But I think
Same thing, yeah.
But I think they were getting them ready, right? It wasn't the same situation. I think they were getting those two ready all week long too. I'm sure that they got some snaps and they were ready. And then, with Zach going down, I think was he sick?
Yeah, Martin was the only, like, the guy found out 90 minutes before kickoff that he was playing. He was just, regularly in case somebody got hurt. He didn't find out he was playing until 90 minutes. But they knew about Tyler Smith, so at least, we had that.
I'm wondering if they were probably both in practice, taking half the snaps just to see who was going to have a better game. And then they're like, hey, we're going to need both you boys today. And they showed up big time, bro.
Man,
they were,
as long as Edoga wasn't in the game, I'm cool. I'm cool with it.
They did give some props for those two guards playing. Like, I saw a lot of writers saying, these, these, like I said earlier, this year, these guys are the future. And if who did we draft? That Richards or
Awesome Richards. Yeah.
If he's good, and we have those other two guys, and Tyler, forget it. Just give us a running back.
Making me, turn my head away from Tyron Smith a little bit. Like, Tyron Smith, I've always been a huge Tyron Smith fan, but like, when he's playing, he's good. It's just that he doesn't always play. So we can have somebody that's not Edoga in there or not Chaz Green, man, we're good.
There you go.
So it's like, overall, it was a good game. I was very, especially with the running game. It was this touchdown drive we had right before the half. The first 2 plays were passing plays. One was to a CeeDee Lamb when he got tackled, and then the guy hit him, and it was a late hit. And the next one was a 12-yard pass to Jake Ferguson. After that, we had 5 straight runs, and we scored a touchdown. I can't remember the last time we saw that happen. It was a 7-play drive. 2 passes on first down. It was a first down pass, and then 5 straight runs between Rico Dowdle and Pollard. And Pollard got the 1-yard touchdown. I'm like, that is something I haven't seen since Zeke left.
Yep.
And we're in week 18.
It was those really hard to work for yards too. It's not like they were trapped and there was a huge hole that we used to run through. These guys were running hard.
There was no easy runs. Yeah. So I was liking it. I was really feeling it. And the Commanders were trying. They did every trick play they had in the book. They had the block field goal. They had the interception. They were really trying. But then I'm telling you, in that magical moment where we scored 2 touchdowns before the first half, and then 2 touchdowns after the second half, that was it. It killed their spirit after that. So it was done after that. So after that, everybody was just going for their stats: interceptions, sacks, yards, whatever.
Their incentives, their contract incentives. That's why everyone's like, hey, at halftime, Dak's going to come out, and I'm like, I hope so, but I know that money is going to play a factor in this.
Man, and even when stuff went wrong, it still wasn't normal. Like on the block field goal, for some reason, Biotish didn't block his guy. For some reason, he just let him go. He just ran straight through and blocked the kick, which I hated for Aubrey. And then on the interception, the referee missed a hold because they ran a stunt with Ridgeway, the guy that we used to have on our team, and we let him go. Their guy ran a stunt, and he grabbed who played left guard? Was it Hoffman?
No, it was
Bass. He grabbed Bass by the chest and held him because Bass was running out there to pick him up on the blitz, the guy who tipped the pass for the interception. Ridgeway grabbed a hold of him, and that's how he got to run straight through. The ref didn't see it at all, didn't call it, and so that's how he ended up tipping the pass and get the interception. So even on our bad plays, it still was very good to look at and be like, man, that's easily fixable, or because of a bad missed call by the ref. It wasn't because of bad execution or that player that's in there sucks. So I like those type of messed up plays. Like, fluke plays happen in every game. You can't do anything about it. You just got to overcome them. And we overcome them.
Yeah.
We overcame it. And so that's all I can ask of them. And I remember, who was it? Shady. After he tried to get him with the whole Dak throws so many interceptions, but then he stopped throwing interceptions. So now his argument changed to, well, I need to see him throw an interception and still win the game. Because at one point it was like every game we won, he had no turnovers. Every game we lost, he had a turnover. So that was his new argument, that he needed to see Dak turn the ball over and still win the game. And so now I don't know what the argument's going to be. He's going to be like, well, I need to see him throw the ball with his right butt cheek or something
it's
ridiculous.
Gonna be like, I need them to be up by 20 and then lose the lead and then see Dak come back. I mean, he's moving the goalposts.
They just keep moving the goalposts, man.
It's funny.
So now we get to our favorite part. What we'd like to see. Is it going to play? Come on.
Here we go.
I know. The drop didn't work.
Oh, that's good. That's good. We got it. So, we all know what Doc.
Maybe we're going to go with our Here We Go player of the week. The drop didn't work. I'm kind of upset.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
Say it like
Cooper Rush.
Here we go.
Here we go. Yeah, here we go. It's
hey
like,
guys,
then it's
just
like,
so you know, just so you know, here we go.
Then it's like Steve Urkel and Stephon Arkell.
It's funny.
But yeah. So let me see. The person I want to say is my Here We Go player of the week. The easy one would be Dak, but I got to give it up to my boy Lamb again. He was the one last week, but I got to give it up to Lamb, man. He's just looking so effortless. Like they know. I mean, Ferguson is a good person, a good person to guard. But besides Ferguson, Lamb is basically it in the passing game. And they still can't stop him.
I agree.
They still cannot stop him. It's ridiculous.
It's like that old. It's like that old the old Raiders offense, right? John Madden used to say, it's three clouds and a cloud of dust. You know we're going to be running right here. Stop it, right? That's what they would say. It's just like CD said, I'm going to catch my balls.
Yeah.
You're going to have to stop me at some point. And I think defensive coordinators now are just like, CD's going to have his game. Let's focus on stopping other players.
Man, what gives me the most hope with him is not only is he putting up numbers, it's when he's putting up numbers. So listen to this. Ever since, so CeeDee Lamb on 3rd and 4th down this year, he has 36 receptions, which is first. 656 yards, which is first. 30 first downs. Out of the 36 receptions, 30 of them went for first downs, which is first. And he has 142.7 rating when targeted, which is first. So all those he's first in. And so it's not that he's catching it, it's when he's catching it. 3rd down, 4th down, those are the money downs. Those extend the drives. So from 2020 to now, his rookie year, he had 74 receptions. Next year, 79. Next year, 107. This year, 135. Yards, he went 935, 1,100, 1,300, 1,700. He went 5 touchdowns, 6 touchdowns, 9 touchdowns, 12 touchdowns. We don't even know what his ceiling is. This is only his 4th year, and he's gotten better in every single category. Every year he's gotten better. He hasn't regressed at all, not a single bit.
That's insane.
And we don't call Dak as his quarterback.
We don't call Prescott the stat god in the Discord for nothing. This guy pulls out
that's it, man.
all the time. You're the best on it. But I know I agree. It's Lamb had an incredible year, incredible game. It was just he's unstoppable. And like the first time when they started talking to him, there was that point in the first quarter where I don't know, CD thought he got held. He turned around and the cornerback started yapping or something.
Oh man, don't do that.
All you gotta do is say, a pissed off CD is ridiculous. He is ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's Super Saiyan, right?
Man.
He's crazy. My Here We Go player. I agree, Lamb. I wanted to give it to Aubrey. My heart broke. That wasn't his fault. That getting blocked. You're getting your kick blocked shouldn't count as a missed kick, in my opinion. Honestly,
I think so.
My Here We Go, I think, would be Pollard, and I'm gonna tell you why. He did get over his 1,000 yards. He had a goal. I'm sure he said that earlier. I'm sure all he heard all year was the naysayers and the people barking in his ear like, "You don't have it. We need somebody else. We need somebody else."
Yeah.
And this last game, I think he just said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that for me. He went out and he ran his butt off, and he got that 1,000 yards that every running back wanted, and he helped us win. And he ate a lot of clock too on those runs.
He did.
So it was that's my here we go player of the week for this week.
This was like probably the first game I've noticed that he was integral into us winning the game. Before, he would help us, but this was the first game in a while where it felt like he was one of the main reasons we won this game, and that's what I like. Him and Dowdle, because Dowdle had exactly 100 yards receiving and rushing. Yeah, he had exactly. So he actually had more yards than Pollard, but his came on like two bigger plays. Pollard was more averaging 6 yards a carry, 5 yards a carry. And that one catch he had down at the goal line where he stole the pass from the cornerback, that was a good catch by Pollard. So the running backs really carried the day besides Lamb. So I'm feeling good about that.
Yeah, and him getting that 1,000 yards, that goal that he wanted was, I think that was part of my here we go, because that's, as a running back, I know how, and that's the position that I played when I was younger. And I mean, that was your goal from the very beginning when you hit it. It was just like, oh, finally. I mean, this is why I worked so hard, right? So. Yes, sir.
This is a true team win. Like, so this is what I found. For the regular season, leading the NFL, we had a few people on our team. Dak, he led the league in passing touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb led the league in receptions. DaRon Bland led the league in interceptions and pick sixes. The NFL leader in pressures, Michael Parsons. Field goal makes, Brandon Aubrey. And punt average, Bryan Anger. So those are what we led the league in, players on the team. And I was like, man, that is insane. That's the number of players. Yeah, like I just couldn't believe
it. Those are the data points that you go to when people say, you guys didn't play good teams, or you guys aren't that good of a team. It's like you can't argue with stats and facts. Like these
for a
are
whole
the
season,
best players of the whole season at their position, basically.
And you can always throw out a game here and there, like, oh, he had a bad game, throw that out. Or he had a ridiculous game, you can throw that out. But these are averages for the whole season. You can't fake or get luck into having, because one player can have a game and go off 198 yards. Then he probably had 200 yards for the rest of the season. So you can throw out that one good game. But with these guys, that means they did it over the whole season. You have to do it, and they play every game, all the snaps. We actually had a pretty deep team this year. In the top 15 PFF grades, we had about 17 players in the top 15 at their position. Dak Prescott, Hunter. Yeah, we had Dak Prescott,
so
Hunter Lipke.
All-stars, right? How many Pro Bowlers?
Exactly. Pro Bowlers. We had Dak Prescott, Hunter Lipke, CeeDee Lamb, Jake Ferguson, Tyler Smith, and Tyler Biadasz. Tyler Biadasz was the lowest ranked player at 15.
Really?
In defense, we had Michael Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, Osa, Marquise Bell. He shocked me. DaRon Bland, Malik Hooker, Brandon Aubrey, Bryan Anger, and KaVontae Turpin.
But he shocked you that he was on the list, or he shocked you
that he was on the list? Yeah, that he was in the top 15 at his position. That too. I had. If you told me Marquise Bell was going to be a top, he was actually ranked 12th in the league at linebacker. So the 12th best linebacker in the league. So I'm like, if you told me he was going to be in the top 30, I would have been happy. But to be top 12, that's ridiculous.
But he was shot out of the cannon in the beginning of the year, the linebacker.
Yeah.
When LV went down, we needed that linebacker, and I think like he manifested himself into all those little plays he made last year. He just said, I got to make them every single day. Every single week, I got to make at least one or two good plays. And that's what we kept seeing.
Yeah. So I like that we had that many good players to have a good quality team on both sides of the ball and special teams. So that just leads us up to how we have what I feel is the MVP of the league. There's been a lot of talk. There's been a lot of, Lamar is the MVP. After that game he had against Miami, and he went from positive, like plus 900 betting. Now he's like negative 1,000. I'm like, he's not that clear cut of an MVP to move him as the prohibitive favorite. And I'm like, you put his numbers up against our guy, Dak Prescott. Dak was killing him in every single category except wins and rushing yards. That's it. He had one more win, which, like we were talking about in the Discord, really didn't count because Huntley had one of those wins, and then he had him in rushing yards, which, of course, he's a running quarterback. Dak is
Huntley lost that.
Dak will move, but he does not run. Like, it's very, very few design runs Dak has a year.
Yep.
And so it's like, so this is what Dak finished with: 4,500 yards, 36 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 4 fumbles, 12-5 record, 70% completion percentage. That was insane.
And did you see that he lost to Purdy by like 1/100th of a point or something like that?
By point something. It was so close. And he came close this last game. He had 86.1, so he came really, really close to. I mean, even bringing it up that close. But
was it QBR?
No. His completion percentage. He had 4 games with at least 80% completion percentage this year.
No, I was talking about what Purdy beat him out on. That stat.
Oh,
it was like
QBR. Oh, I thought he was beating him in completion percentage.
I think it was Purdy's completion percentage. How hard is it to throw that little 2-yard?
Yeah, exactly.
Screen every time. So the funny thing about when you bring up like MVP and Dak's stats and everything, look back throughout the year and look back at your feelings and what was being thrown at us all year, right? It was Purdy for like half the season is the best ever. And then it went to, who else did it go to?
Hurts was in there for like the first 7-8 games of the year.
So Jalen and Purdy were the guys, right? And then after Jalen and Purdy went down, they didn't pivot and say, okay, Dak is him and CMC are pretty much the front runners. No, they had to throw Lamar in there too because they can't let Dak have his flowers. They cannot ever.
They cannot.
It's ridiculous. I don't get it.
Oh man, they just do not want to let him. They just do not want to let him become MVP. They're doing everything they can. Everybody's pushing Lamar, and I'm looking at it. The more I look at it, I'm like, why? Like Dak had like I said, he broke a record. The first player in NFL history to have 4 games with 80% completion percentage in a season. And it wasn't like, he was 18 out of 20. You had to have over 30 attempts in the game. So he has 4 games over 30 attempts where he still had 80%. And he wasn't getting 192 yards total. He was getting real yards. So he was really passing. So, I mean, he was really playing this year.
I had a buddy.
They just did not want to get.
I got a buddy on Facebook that was just in my ear all about Baltimore all year. And like even today, I look and he posted something about, why doesn't the NFL just let the 2 best teams play in the Super Bowl, the Ravens and the Browns? I almost lost it. I almost fell out of my desk when I read that. I was like, and then, they chirping about, Lamar winning MVP and stuff. And so all I did was just put up that tweet that I saw that compared Dak's stats to Lamar's stats.
Yep.
And Lamar was lower in every single stat except for rushing and wins. And that was it.
That's it.
It's ridiculous. You can't argue it. It's called facts over opinions. And people don't get that shit. And that's all it is.
But what about the eye test?
What about the eye
test? Nah, forget that. You know what's crazy though? One thing I found. So Dak already has 2 seasons where those 2 seasons were better than any of Romo's best season. And Romo was a passer. He didn't like handing the ball off. So he was a legit passer. I'm a huge Romo fan. I'm a Romo section. And Dak has 2 seasons already. This was one of them, and then he had the other one that were better than any Romo season. You could put any Romo season against those 2 seasons, and Dak was better. And let's 12-5.
Let's look at it though. You nailed it when you put it in the Discord earlier. You said, "I've survived Dave Campo, and I survived Jason Garrett." Dave Campo had that with those 5-10 seasons or whatever.
3 5-11 seasons in a row.
No, 3 8-8 Jason Garrett's with Romo is what really breaks the heart.
I try to tell the younger people in the Bleacher Report community, I try to tell them, I'm like, man, it was seasons. I promise you, we would go into a game on Sunday and have no way of knowing if we were going to win this game or not. We would pray, like, God, please let us win this game. And sometimes we would win and we would be happy, but we would lose and be like, yeah, I kind of expected that. Now, if we go in and lose a game, they get mad. I'm like, hey, I promise you, man, times have changed.
or not even
Times have changed.
losing. Like we don't win like they want us to win.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like it's whatever. It's
we'll
ridiculous.
win by 30 points, and they're still nitpicking. And I'm like,
Mhm.
goodness gracious. Like, oh, we gotta fix that. And I'm like,
We
they
got
know that.
we got a bad
We're
problem right
winning.
now too. It's like the bad problem that we have is our team is so good that every team around us wants to cannibalize us.
Man.
You know, they want to take our coaches, they want to take our players, they want to take our
GM.
GM. They want to take everything. They want to take everything from us because we finally put something together that is
Well, good.
cohesive and makes sense.
So
Right?
so gun to our head, somebody has to go. We gotta lose somebody.
Player or
Who would
coach?
you let go? But no,
Player
no,
or
no.
coach?
On the front office, like whether it be McClay, Quinn, uh, uh, what was his name? Harris, somebody. So who would you say I'm okay losing? And then who would you say we cannot let that guy leave this building? Pay him $20 million an hour if we have to.
The easy answer is pay DQ what he needs, but that's what Jerry's
Yeah.
done every year.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, it's not about money. I don't think. I think you get to a point where you look back at your Atlanta head coaching and what you did and what you could have done, and money's not going to be a factor. He wants to be a control of his team, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, the easy answer is pay DQ what he wants. Please get him to stay. Beg him on your knees. But
Mhm.
I think DQ is going to go, and I think that's probably the growth that
Yeah,
needs
that's
to
the
happen.
next step.
You know, I think he deserves it.
He does. Especially if we win a Super Bowl, he's gone.
Oh, well, even if we get to the NFC Championship, bro.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gonna. I don't. Even if we lose this first game, he's gone. I just am
Yeah.
thinking that the growth part is that he will move on, and hopefully maybe we sign out. We grab Al Harris because he definitely is, growing on this list of.
Yeah.
But my
Listen.
answer is let DQ go, let him walk, let him grow. Mike McCarthy definitely do not have to. I can't believe people are even trying to say that they want to
Oh
fire
my
him.
God, I just do not understand this. Like
But
I mean,
what
people
about
out
you?
here
What do you
doing
think?
people are out here doing heroin online, talking about let's get rid of Mike McCarthy. Man, me personally, I say we need to do whatever we got to do to keep Will McClay. The reason I say that is because I believe that say we had to get rid of either Will McClay or Dan Quinn, there are more options to get us close to what Dan Quinn did than there are to get us close to what Will McClay did. So
Mhm.
even though I believe Dan Quinn is very good, I wish he wouldn't leave. I believe that like Eberflus out there once he leaves the Chicago, or Wink Martindale once they just fired him from. I believe that we have there are coaches out there that can get us at least close or maybe even better than what Dan Quinn did. But I don't think there's anybody out there who can, if Will McClay left, that can get us close to what Will McClay does on a consistent year in, year out basis. And that's why I think he is, even though I believe Dan Quinn is more important, I believe it would be a lot tougher to replace Will McClay than to replace Dan Quinn.
Our team is so unique in all four phases that we have. I think that all four phase leaders have brought in something to the culture of our Cowboys now, right? Think about it. Like Mike McCarthy brought experience and organization. Like he
Exactly,
came
yeah.
and he said, "This is the way it's going to be. It's going to be this way. If you don't like it, there's the door." From day one, Dan Quinn came in and he brought he's a player's coach, 100%.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody loves him.
He's the one that hooping and hollering, running around in that locker room, high fiving everybody, and players will run through a brick wall for his ass. And that he brought that over, and we needed that at that moment because McCarthy at that moment bringing in and changing the culture from Garrett was really different, and there wasn't so much freedom and things. So when Dan Quinn came in and changed that, it was like, oh wow, I have somebody on my side in the front office. And then our special teams, Fossil. Man, that guy is
Man.
freaking amazing.
I love Bones. I hope he stays forever.
Me too. But
He is so good at his job.
He brought the other type of culture that we needed was take risks on special teams.
Yeah, I would say unpredictability.
Yes.
So we have no idea what's going to happen.
Not just risks, smart risks. He didn't.
Calculated,
I mean, sometimes we look at him and we're like, oh, why you blitz or why are you going after the kick on that? But if he didn't, then it wouldn't be unpredictable like we needed. So all three phases, we have, I think, some of the best coaching in our front office with Will McClay. His situation is so much different because he's not a regular GM like every NFL team has, right? So he doesn't have GM experience. So he cannot go jump over and say, I'm going to be the best GM for you, because his situation is, I'm bringing this idea to almost like a board. Like he sits in front of the board, the Jones board. Yeah. And it's like, this is my idea. You guys approve it? Perfect. Let's bring it in. But he brings good ideas. So Steven and Jerry, they trust him with the keys. Yeah. If he goes to Washington, if he goes to Carolina, where they're talking about, do they trust him enough? Do they give him the keys? Because he's not a GM. Let's be honest. Yep. But I love him with all my heart. He's done everything. He's changed our team for the absolute best.
Yeah, so, and we don't know how he does with the whole like talking to agents, contract negotiation. GM's got to do a lot of hand holding. He's excellent. To me, he's the best in the league at player personnel. Looking at a player like, we need a big, fast linebacker. There's 10 of them over there. Pick one you like, and chances are he'll pick one of the best 3 out of those 10. Chances are he consistently hits that. But when it comes to, can he negotiate a good contract with Parsons or Lamb or Dak, or can he calm down? Like if you get a Dez type player, he needs to go talk to the GM and calm down. Can he calm Dez down? Stuff like that.
So, he's the one that made the call on Mozzie, right?
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah,
he made the absolute call on that. So, like those decisions right there, even though we are all in a honeymoon phase right this second, there's a lot of people that are on the fence on that. Like, hey, you are making those calls. Why are we drafting Mozzie? Why are we drafting Schumacher when we didn't need him? Why did we draft that? So I think it would be best if we held on to the coaches as opposed to the GM that we have.
I can see that.
That's my opinion.
Yeah. And me personally, I want to keep them all. We can keep the band back together next year. Let's do it again. But somebody's going to pay him more money than we're going to pay him. But so
sell the yacht, Jerry. Sell the yacht. That's all I'm saying.
So now, regular season's over with. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Super wild card, and we drew Green Bay. How, on a scale of 1 to 10, how worried are you about Green Bay?
Maybe 6.5. Honestly.
Okay. What about him has you the most worried?
Running game. I know everybody loves Love, but he's erratic. Like I said the other day, I mean, he looks like a Pro Bowl player one game, and then the next game he looks like he's a rookie making rookie decisions.
Don't know who you're getting. Yeah.
The running game is outstanding.
Yeah, he has high highs and low lows. He doesn't have that consistency yet, which he can get, but he doesn't have it yet. Yep. So I'm a little bit lower than you. I'm more of a 4 with them, only because we're playing at home. If we were on the road, it would be higher, but we're playing at home. And right now I'm telling you, that Buffalo game was probably the one bad. We've had 2 bad games in my estimation this year: the San Francisco game and the Buffalo game. So 2 out of 17 isn't bad. The rest of them, some of the games we lost, it wasn't like completely horrible, but we still could have played better. But those are the 2 seriously bad games we had. If we can stop their running game and we can tee off, like take the ball first, score, jump out to a 7-0, 14-0 lead, then it's game over. It's lights out, because he's not a make the best decisions type quarterback. Their defense doesn't scare me, even though any given Sunday you can lose. They can get a fluke pick, a fluke fumble, something like that. But if we play like we did against Washington, it's lights out. It's game over.
I agree.
Let me see. What am I thinking? I'm thinking, I really think we're going to win by at least 2 touchdowns. I'm looking like at a 24-14, maybe 27-14. I could see that being the final score of the game.
I like it. I like to throw one Aubrey kick in there in my kick.
yeah,
So I'm gonna say 31-17 Cowboys.
All right. Autobot Aubrey, roll out.
Yeah, Otto Aubrey.
Get us that kick.
He's got to get his
about
playoff
him
kicks
too.
in too.
I'm very glad that he missed in the regular season, so he wouldn't have that pressure in the playoffs of
There you go.
I've never missed a kick. Now it's the fourth quarter against Green Bay, and I need to make this kick. Or in the NFC Championship game, it's the fourth quarter against the 49ers, and I need to make this kick to go up 3 with 3 minutes left, and all that pressure and all the jinxing. And so, like, I'm glad he got out. He saw himself miss, so now he can rebound. Because he made a 50 after he missed the first 2. Like, he got blocked, and then he missed one legitly. And then coming right back, he nailed a 50-yarder right down the middle.
How legit was that miss? Because it went off the goalpost. So it was
because it went off the goalpost.
It was like the closest that you can get to
miss it. Yeah,
not missing it.
I mean, we can't all be perfect, but overall, man, we got a pretty good team. Your boy Jordan Lewis showed out again. I called him again this week, and I was like, man, Eddie was talking mad noise about you, man. He said your head is little. He said you smell like a poodle.
You should have been
kind of stuff, man.
You should have been a Buckeye. That's what I told him. I was like, Ohio State wanted you.
And so
talking about Michigan.
He's like, all right,
hail to the blue. Big game last night. Good win.
I knew that was going to happen. I wanted Washington to win, but I knew Michigan was going to win. I told everybody I talked to.
Watching that Washington game last night, I found a new comparison to Michael Penix, whatever his name is. All of you fans of the Revenge of the Nerds old school first movie, you remember Lamar, the guy that threw the javelin? Yeah. They had to create a javelin for his left-handed, limp-wristed throwing style. And then I looked at and I watched Penix. I was like, oh, that's him. But he great year, great.
He was off. He was off a lot.
College football season.
Yeah,
and even LSU played good. So
man, we did. We got the Heisman winner.
Yeah, you did. Jaden was good.
Yeah, we're good. We can live with that. So I think we're going to be pretty good. I think we're going to win. We're going to win comfortably. I don't think it's going to be one of those down to the last quarter, unless a lot of weird stuff happens. Tip interceptions, a weird fumble, return for a touchdown. Unless something weird happens, if we just play straight up football, we should win by at least 2 scores. Minimum 10 points in my eyes. And then we can get ready for after Philly loses to the Rams. Because Philly's going to lose because they suck.
We made it, man. We made it to the second season, and that's all it was all about.
It's all about 0-0.
Getting together, getting ready for this fucking second season, and now we're in it. And
we're in it. So
there's so many teams that want to be in our shoes. So I'm fucking excited. I'm ready to go.
Man,
I'm
let's
pumped.
go. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah,
did you see Erin Andrews do it? And she sounded like she was Irish.
Was that Erin? No, it wasn't Erin Andrews. That was some girl from Wisconsin. I don't think it was Erin Andrews.
I think I'm going to look it up. Someone said it was like
I think it was somebody else.
One of the things.
She said that.
I'm going to look. She sounded like she was. Yeah, she was Irish. I'm like, that's how you know you've made it, when they start messing up something that was cool. When the mainstream picks it up and start messing it up, it's like, man, you've made it then.
Yep.
So here we go. That was it. So that's another episode of Victory Formation. Next week, we'll be back, hopefully to talk about a victory, let y'all know what went right, what went wrong, and make another prediction for the next week for whoever we're going to beat next week to keep this journey going. So y'all take it easy. Holla at him, Eddie.
Oh, yeah. Hey, don't forget, Prescott, you owe me that birthday present. So I'll give you my address.
It is your birthday coming up.
Yeah.
I did. I gave you that Oscar-winning speech to read to me. That was the best birthday. That's a gift that keeps on giving. You can take that on your mirror.
I'm never gonna
when you're working out.
In the Discord, people are just gonna be like side-eye looking at me.
I'm gonna make that my ringtone. So every time you call me, I'm gonna hear that, man. You should have never put that on tape.
It's all right. I'm glad I did. I everything that I said was true. But hey,
all right.
DC for life, baby. Let's go. Here we go.
All right, y'all take it easy. Let's head on out.
Fall through a lot, do not like Cause how you walking with a lion got me feeling like Micah. I've been known to wear the team on my back like a biker. Shorty won't be with a star, but you lucky if I invite you. We can take it to the next spot. They yelling like Prescott, everybody like. There ain't no breaks, no rest stop. We tryna get your head chopped, the whole club yelling. Everybody.